Good day, good day, good day, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, Mommy. Good day. Good day, Linda from the mountains of Colorado. Yes. And good day, Tim. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the greetings. If you're joining me today, you could put something in the comments so I know that you're there. Good day, Pastor Al. It's good to see you. I'm thinking about that curry goat. I'm gonna have it for lunch today. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes. If y'all missed yesterday Joy News, I shared that Pastor Al made me a tray of curry goat, mac and cheese, and fried chicken for my birthday. Yes, that's what's up. That's what's up. Celeste, it's good to see you. So I hope all is well. I hope all is well with everyone. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Sit with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and it is always a joy to be with you all today. So if you don't know me, I am an ordained interfaith minister. I'm a religious science practitioner. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I am the spiritual director, senior minister at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living in New York. And this is my ministry of joy. This is my ministry of joy, where I support people in living life in joy, connected to their yes. So if you need support, just reach out. Just reach out, send me a DM, and we could set up some time to talk. All right? All right. So let's get into it. We are in our new theme for this week, and I introduced it yesterday. It is connection. Connection. And this is my theme for my birthday month. I celebrate all month, y'all. So my birthday was Saturday, and I'm celebrating all month. And my theme, yes, I give my birthday month's theme. Yes, I do. My theme is connection. My theme is connection. And so the theme for this week is connection. Thank you. Oh, I like that, Celeste. Happy Appearance Day. I like that. Oh, yes, I like that. Good day, Lindsay. It's good to see you. So I was inspired for this connection thing for my birthday month, specifically because I shared with you all last week that a dear friend of mine passed away on the 24th, and I was scheduled to have dinner with him and some other friends on the 27th. So we're talking 3 days, 3 days, 3 days. And he passed 3 days before I was to see him. And I have some peace with that now. It took me a minute to get there, but I think having the theme of grief last week really ministered to me what I needed. So I'm still in the grief. I'm still processing it all, but in a better place with myself. I'm not in the, oh, if he could have just waited 3 more days so I could see him and then he could pass. I'm not in that anymore. I'm not in that bargaining, if only space. I'm more into the acceptance of it all. So we're going to keep going I'm just looking at some of the comments. I'm just going to throw that up. Hope you enjoyed the food. I am enjoying it, Tim. And shout out to another Libra sister. Yes, Celeste's birthday is on Friday. So shout out to the Libras out there. I love it. I love it. So I was inspired by Darwin, and I feel like I'm getting confirmation from the universe, because yesterday I shared in SIP that I wanted to amplify connection. I wanted to amplify it. And so last night, my husband and I went to a gala for Houses of the Moon. It's a theater company. And they had their gala yesterday. And my husband knows people in the business, and so I just went not really knowing much about any of it. And we walk in, and on a screen it says amplify. Amplify. That was their theme. Amplify. And I said yesterday, I want to amplify connections. I was like, look at the universe saying, go ahead, girl. Hell, that was my hallelujah, right? From the universe. And I just love that that happens. And we're always getting confirmation if we pay attention, right? We're always getting confirmation, validation. We're always getting an amen if we pay attention to what's going on around us. So I wanted to share that. And so we started with the definition of connection, right? And what we're using is to join, link, unite, or bind. And the origins of the word connection comes from connect, which is with, together, to tie. With, together, to tie. And so yesterday, I also shared that last week I attended Centers for Spiritual Living Ministers Council conference. It was 2 days, and they had a wonderful guest speaker on the first day. His name was Sean Jenwright, and he wrote a powerful book that I'm just getting into now, but I'm highly recommending it, called The Four Pivots. The Four Pivots, Reimagining Justice, Reimagining Ourselves by Sean Jenwright. Powerful book. And one of the pivots that he talks about is our pivot in our relationships, the pivots in our relationships. And he talks about the power of relationships that are transformational versus transactional, right? We have transactional relationships and we have transformational relationships. So when I talk about connection with myself and with others, I'm talking about relationships that are transformational, Yes. So I want to share a little bit more about the four pivots, specifically the connection pivot. And I also want to remind us that what's required in a transformational relationship is humanity, empathy, vulnerability without judgment. And where we can start with that, where we could practice, right? Because we talk about SIP is spirit and practice. So it's all about the practice. So we could practice our humanity, practice being empathetic, practice being vulnerable without judgment, with ourselves. Practice on yourself. Practice on yourself, right? That's what I'm doing this month. I'm practicing with myself, my relationship with myself. Is my relationship with myself? I was asking myself this question this morning. Is my relationship with myself more transactional or transformational? Right? And I have to say, it's kind of like in the middle somewhere. And my desire, my intention is for my relationship with myself to be more transformational, for me to have more empathy towards myself, for me to be more vulnerable with myself, right? For me to have more compassion and care towards myself. And for me to stop judging myself for every little thing. Well, I don't judge myself for every little thing. I have been practicing non-judgment, but it's to stop judging myself, right? And when I become aware of it, I just take a sacred pause. I forgive myself, and I do move on. I don't wallow in the judgment anymore. Thank God for that, right? But it still shows up. It still shows up. So I want to share a couple of things from the book. The Four Pivots. Again, the Four Pivots. And the four pivots, just to share what they are: awareness, connection, vision, and presence. Those are the four areas. And so I want to share a little bit about the pivot from transactional to transformational relationship or transformative relationships, and how that builds our connection and how that supports us in having a shared experience, right? And a collective care and compassion for each other. So, first, transactional relationships. And I'm just going to read a teeny piece of this. Transactional relationships are based on the performance of roles and the execution of tasks. Transactional relationships are efficient in that they quickly help define how we engage with each other. And he also notes that there's nothing wrong with transactional relationships. It's nothing wrong with it, right? They help us get things done quickly without having to figure out how to engage with all the roles that we play at work, at home, or in our communities. The relationships and the challenge is that when our society is dominated by transactional relationships, and I think our society is dominated by transactional relationships. Just look in your own life. Is your life dominated by transactional relationships, right? The challenge is when our society is dominated by transactional relationships and our systems are governed by performing tasks and our daily interactions are based on efficiencies, we slowly begin to erode our capacity for care, compassion, and all the things that makes us human. So we know what a transactional relationship feels like because we engage in it all the time. A simple example would be I go to the store, right, to make a purchase, and the person that is ringing me up is part of this transaction. That is a transactional relationship, right? It's necessary, right? It's not a bad thing, right? As an example, there's many, many other examples that I could share. Transformational relationship or transformative relationships. Transformative relationships, on the other hand, are based in those features of life like care, vulnerability, love, curiosity, and connection. You'll know I love when I saw that word curiosity in there because that's my word for 2022. One of my words for 2022. Transformative relationships are formed when we exchange pieces of our humanity with each other. When we do that, we give permission to others to do the same. These types of relationships are formed when we invest our precious time, our sacred secrets, and our raw vulnerability into each other. The transformative relationships are not neat, clean, and efficient like transactional relationships. No, transformative relationships can be messy, confusing, and time consuming, but they are always worth it because they create a deep connection between us, forces us to see things about ourselves we hide from, and cultivate parts of ourselves that we didn't know were possible. That is transformative relationships. That's what I'm up for. That's what I'm up for. And I am so grateful that I have transformational relationships, transformative relationships in my life right now, right? That I have cultivated over time. My friend who passed, Darwin, he was a transformative relationship in my life, right? And sometimes, yes, it was messy, right? But it forced me to see and to discover and recover myself in a way that propelled me into where I am today. Yes, because he sees me. He sees me, right? So, do you have people in your life who see you, right? They see you in your messiness and they see you in your glory, and it's still good. They still love you, they still care for you. Yes? So that's what I'm talking about. Sean Jenwright writes this: we need someone who will ride with us all the way to the end, even if there's no end in sight, right? We might call that our ride or die, right? Our ride or die. We need that in our lives. And I'm grateful that I have those people in my life and that I serve in that role for others also. So let's start today. Let's start to do an inventory of our relationships. Or do we have more transactional or transformative relationships? What is your desire? Maybe your desire is just to have transactional relationships, and that's okay, right? But there's an invitation. There's an invitation to look within first. How am I relating to myself? How am I treating myself? Am I just treating myself as a transaction? Or is there love, empathy, care, and compassion for myself, even when I mess up? Yes. All right, y'all. All right. So that's where we're going. That's where we're going. I would I recommend the 4 pivots. It talks about reimagining justice and reimagining ourselves. And if we want justice, we have to work on ourselves. The work starts at home. The work starts at home. So, transactional. That's what we're going for. Connection. And I just want to share a really, really quick story of what happened. Something happened last night at the gala. So we were, you get seated, and usually you're seated with people you don't know. And we sat with a gentleman. It was just my husband, me, and one other person at the table. 2 other people didn't show up. So there were 2 empty seats. So the gentleman came and he sat down with us and we introduced ourselves, transaction, introduce yourselves. And he asked, how did we come to know about the organization? So my husband was sharing that one of his friends was being honored. So shout out to Aletha, who got a award last night. And that could have been the end of the conversation, right? It was transactional. However, we asked him, how did he come to know the organization, right? This started opening up a conversation. And he shared. And then he shared about his wife and how his wife had passed away, right? And she was big into the theater and she got him into this organization. And he himself got into theater, being empowered and encouraged by his wife. And after she passed away, he wanted to extend her legacy. And so he went on to share all these things that he's doing and how he was getting confirmation from his wife from beyond that he was on the right path. And so one of the stories he shared with us was his wife had these pair of striped pants that she loved. And he had a video of her walking down the street somewhere in Europe with these pants on. And you could tell she loved these pants, right? She was giving it to us. And then he decided that he was going to start this company to start putting work out for people who wouldn't normally have the opportunity to have their work seen. And maybe a month later, he was someplace else and he walks into this restaurant, I think, and the waiter had on the same pants that his wife had on when he took that video of her. Confirmation. So he's telling this heartfelt story to us, and there was a connection, right? A connection. Now, will I ever see that man again? I don't know. But that interaction with him is something that I will remember. And that's how we start transforming. That's how we start connecting more, not being just on the surface. Hi, my name is Melissa. Nice to meet you. Right? There's always an opportunity for us to connect at a deeper level, right? We don't have to spill our guts out to somebody that we just meet, but to just be curious, to be curious about another person. And look what opens up just from asking a question, just from being open. So I just wanted to share that. It was the highlight of the evening for me personally. I really enjoyed that exchange. So, connection. All right, y'all. So let's get into some joy news. Thank you, Lindsay, for that. Humanity, empathy, vulnerability without judgment. And yes, Linda. Let's keep our eyes and hearts open to synchronicity. Absolutely. And I know when he saw that waiter with the same pants on that his wife had on, that was confirmation. That was synchronicity, right? That was synchronicity for sure. So joy news, joy news. I am so excited. First of all, I got to give a shout out to my cousin, my cuz sis. I call her my cuz sis. Our mothers are twins, and yesterday was her birthday, Vanessa. So shout out to Vanessa. I know she had a wonderful birthday yesterday. And 12 more days, girl, 12 more days till I see you going out to California to hang out with Vanessa and Steve for his birthday. He's also a Libra. So shout out to all the Libras out there. Tomorrow, y'all, tomorrow is the day we're having our Power of 8 Healing Circle for Sekou. Yes, we are. 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. I sent emails out yesterday to everyone who said yes. It's also posted on my Facebook page. So if you haven't said yes and you want to now, it's not too late. All the information is posted on Running for Sekou Facebook group and on I Am Red Melissa and on Melissa Moore Noble's Facebook page. So the Power of 8, 7 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow on Zoom. The link is bit.ly Sekou Healing Circle. I'm going to put that in bit.ly Sekou Healing Circle. Okay? So for those of you who want to come, there it is. All right? All right. And you don't need to have done a healing circle. You don't need to know anything about The Power of 8, which is a book written by Lynn Matargart. You don't have to know any of that. I will walk you through the whole process, okay? All right. Sunday, Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I'm looking for guests. So if you have someone who would make a good guest on Living Life in Joy, it's basically I'm just interviewing people who are connected to their yes, who are doing great things in their lives, who are in the connection, right? Please DM me, let me know who they are, and I will reach out to them. Sunday in Praise right after at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, where I am the spiritual director at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. And our theme for October is ready. And what are we ready for? We are ready for money. Yes, we are. We're ready for money. And so I had kicked off our theme this past Sunday with the topic Mind on Money. And this Sunday, the message is Spirit, Substance, Supply, oh my. Spirit, Substance, Supply, oh my. So please join me 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can go to rocklandcsl.org, click on Sunday service, and you will be in the Zoom room, or you could join us on Facebook where we live stream the service. Okay? All right. One last thing, please save the date. Monday, October 10th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our meditation with the full moon. So please join me. It feels like it's been so long since we had a meditation with the full moon, but we had one in September. So Monday, this coming Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, meditation with the moon. And that means that on Monday, there's no 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time sip. We have sip at night with the moon, 8:30. You got it? Good. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being with me today live. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for joining me tomorrow. I'll remind you tomorrow morning, but joining me tomorrow for our Power of 8 Healing Circle for Sekou. If you haven't joined the Running for Sekou Facebook group yet, please do so. Lots of information there. Videos from Sekou, because he's training, y'all. He is training to walk in the New York City Marathon this year and next month. Hello. And he needs our support. He needs our support. He is raising money for Back on My Feet, which is an organization that supports the unhoused by the discipline or through the discipline of running. So it is teaching resiliency to the unhoused community through the platform of running. And so Sekou is raising funds for them, and that is his entry into the marathon. So his goal is to raise $3,650. He is, I believe, halfway there, maybe a little bit more than halfway there, but he ain't all the way there yet. So we need to get on this. Please share. If you already given, please share so we could get the word out to as many people as possible. Okay? All right, y'all. And Sekou's show is being shown. We're doing replays of the Be Your Own Hero show every day, Monday through Friday, 9:45 a.m. Eastern time. So it's cool to watch the replays, y'all. I learn something new every time I do. And I got to get back on my finance game. We're talking about money at Rockland CSL, so I got to get back on my game with my money, right? Doing some of the tools, using the tools that Sekou has shared with us over these last year or so. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on New Thought Media Network. Peace and blessings. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.